Adam, have you ever freestyle jumped?
Define freestyle jump.
Have you gone off the ramp on anything other than a kneeboard?
I've never gone off on a kneeboard. I actually did go off on skis. I actually was starting to learn helis before I was forced on stage to be an announcer.
Forced.
So who knows where I could have gone, Matt? Who knows?
Who knows?
It's showtime. This is The Ski Show, the ultimate show ski podcast, and your one and only source for all things show skiing, bringing you news, knowledge, and interviews with the legends and stars of our sport. Here are your hosts, Matt Heilman and Adam Schaller.
Welcome to The Ski Show, still the only media on the planet dedicated to the great sport of show skiing. Our last episode, which was our first of 2026, was loaded with knowledge, content, education. If you haven't had a chance, make sure you check that one out. Special thank you goes out to those senior officials who joined the show. Joel Johanningmeyer, JoJo, Debbie Farah, Sandy Olson. What a great podcast that was. In this episode, we are absolutely pumped to talk about all things women's freestyle jump. We have four amazing ladies on the show today, and we're going to hear all about their recent success, their careers, and what the future holds for women's freestyle.
Today's episode is sponsored by Flyman Skis, custom-made jump skis and featherboard swivel skis at affordable prices. You can get yours at flymanskis.com. And by Sega Sports, elevate your game with water ski lessons and trampoline training for freestyle jump. You can check them out at segasports.us.
We are just over 2 weeks away from the Ski Show Awards. It's going to be our fifth award show. Fifth award show. I still remember the first one like it was yesterday. You did a stand-up comedy routine. It was freaking awesome. I was looking at the numbers from the last few award shows, the attendee list, and incredible. And we're so excited to have our fifth award show honor the sport of show skiing. We have 32 awards categories, hundreds of nominees, and it really is a ski show reunion that's become one of the most fun nights of the year. In 2024, we had 330 people in attendance. That was our peak year. Last year was right around 300. This year, who knows? But the more the merrier. Get your tickets.
Yeah, get your tickets. We'll be kicking Think Tank off Friday night. It's the 50th anniversary of Think Tank, so it's a big one. That's been around since, 1976, because that's when I was born, and I turned 50 this year. So,
damn, what are we doing for your 50th?
Sleeping, going to bed at 7. I don't know. Maybe go out to Perkins at 4:30 for dinner.
Perfect.
Anyway, get your tickets Friday night at Think Tank. The award show. I mean, listen, Nick does such a fantastic job with the video production. Yeah. I think that's the reason why most people go, because it's just awesome just to relive all of those moments that we're celebrating that night. He just does such a great job. And the trophies themselves, of course, Jaws at Championship Awards does a fantastic job. And Matt, if we've been doing this for 5 years, so after this award show coming up in 2 weeks, knowing that there's 30 some categories and we give out sometimes multiple trophies for each category, we've probably given away almost 200 trophies, right?
Yeah.
And
it's incredible to think about.
Joss has done a great job with those things. And, get dressed up. This is cocktail attire, folks. We are looking nice. We're not wearing swimsuits and flip-flops. We are in, cocktail attire. Evening gowns, and guys got ties on and jackets. It's fun. So get your tickets. Prices are more expensive at the door, so get them ahead of time. Save yourself some money. But Friday night Think Tank, the Ski Show Awards.
Yep, it's going to be awesome. One of our award show sponsors, as always, is Flyman Skis. They're primed for a big year in 2026. They continue to pump out custom-made jump skis and featherboard swivel skis, but they're also getting involved in the sport in other ways this year.
Yeah, that's right. Flyman Skis is hosting a series of tournaments that will feature both freestyle jump and swivel, and they will be live streaming several events starting with the All-American in April. So if there's an event this year, you can bet Flyman will be there in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, they will. And, top skiers in both freestyle and swivel are riding Flyman skis, and you should too. Check them out at flymanskis.com. That's flymanskis.com.
All right, time to get to today's featured interview. Today we're talking all about women's freestyle jump. Joining us today are the 4 women who were in the legendary 4 female front flip at Worlds last March, and they continue to make their mark on the sport and blaze a trail for so many others. Let's welcome to the show Sarah Fedorowicz, Bailey Hyatt, Josie Smirchek, and Gabbie Tashwer. Welcome, ladies.
Woohoo! Hey!
Woo!
Yeah, welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. This is awesome.
Yeah,
We're stoked to be here.
Yeah, we're not talking any swivel today. We're not talking pyramids. We're not talking ballet. None of that garbage. We're talking jump.
It's garbage. Just garbage.
I mean, we will do a ballet
Only
podcast at some point.
30 miles an hour and up.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, we could maybe talk barefooting, but that's we'll see. We do want to talk. I want to start out today by having you guys talk about that 4 female front flip from Worlds. That was last March. We're coming up on a year. We're 10 months away from that already. It seems like forever ago. But that 4 female front flip, I want you guys to chime in on the process behind it. What was it like to make it at Worlds in the show? What was the practice process like of getting it nailed down? Like, let's hear from you on that. Gabbie, why don't you dive in? What was that process like as you guys knew that we were gonna make this a reality and do this 4 female front flip?
Yeah, I guess I should back it up a little bit, even to maybe like the tryouts that we originally had for Team USA. Like, I think at that time it was me, Bailey, and Josie for sure at that moment, and Sarah came in then. But we all flipped at different speeds, so that was something crazy too. So like, that's probably about like a year and a half in preps for this. So we're thinking this is a great idea, but we're also like, wow, there's a lot of factors yet. One, Josie, I think you'd never been over the ramp with more than one person, right? So we were like, maybe we should do a ride over first at that practice. And then we found out like, okay, Josie flips at 28, Bailey flips at 37, 38, 39, 40. And I'm kind of right in the middle. So it took some like learning at that very beginning stage to just kind of gel up. And then I think an extra season of just reps really helped each and every one of us in our own different ways. So then when Sarah came in, and this was, I think, the practice before going to Worlds, like right after Nationals, we actually got to do some attempts at it. And I wouldn't say it was perfect. I think we each took our own diggers in different ways. And maybe did we make like 1 or 2 girls, something like that? At that August practice. Yeah.
For us 3, when it was us 3, I remember.
No, all 4 of you. You definitely made it
all 4.
After Nationals in Warsaw.
Yeah.
You guys made that.
Yes.
In practice in August. You made it once or twice. I remember the celebratory video of you guys fist pumping after you made that first one. But that took work. So Gabbie set that up here. Like, to get to that point, you knew months in advance that, okay, we're all at different speeds. We're different positions on the ramp. We got to figure this out. And so it took steps to get there. Josie, I want to have you chime in. So, like, what was that like hopping in there? So, like she said, Bailey likes to go super fast. You go slow. What was your mindset heading into this 4 female front flip?
Yeah, so like what Gabbie said, I've never jumped with anyone else before, and that was the first year I've ever made any fronts to begin with, and I like just started getting somewhat consistent at them. So like I was scared to even try going any faster than 28, and then so that's what I worked on like after the tryout, was picking up my speed and then being able to flip at 32 or 33 then.
Was that the speed at Worlds?
I think
32,
so.
33-ish, give or take?
Yeah.
We should ask the boat driver that, what he was really going.
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, so it took some compromise, right? And some prep and some practice to make that a reality. And you all had to figure that out. Was there some figuring out of positions on the ramp? How did that process work itself out? Sarah, let's start with you there.
So yeah, when I joined in August, like after the nationals, everybody kind of already had their spots, and I was like, I'll go wherever there's an open. So I ended up taking the one spot right on the inside, and then you guys all had your spots already figured out. So yeah.
Okay, so you make it at practice a couple times, and then we fly halfway around the world, and we're in Australia. What was that like, knowing, okay, we've done this, but now we're getting ready for Worlds? I mean, what kind of pressure was there now? Like, all right, we're here, and we're going to be on the world's biggest stage in show skiing, trying to do the first ever 4 female front flip in a competition.
Yeah, we absolutely arrived and just hit the ground running. It was like 0 to hero, and it was nice that we all had like good relationships together and kind of had a feel for what we wanted to do. And then we were hitting 2 different ramps because they had the practice ramp and then the show site. And you kind of get used to different landmarks on both the ramps too, for me personally. And it was nice to have pretty consistent poles each time. I mean, with show skiing, you might get different poles from whoever's driving you, but it was nice to be locked in with that aspect of things. But it absolutely was a lot of pressure from as soon as wheels down in Australia. And it was unreal to have the support of the girls there to kind of bounce off each other. We'd have good sets, bad sets, and keep each other positive, keep each other grinding, because I mean, we want what's best for each other individually, for our team, and you don't want to let anyone down because you've been training so hard for it. And I mean, a lot of show skiers can relate to that, and it's unreal that it came together at, I mean, just, I would say, the perfect time.
You guys wanted that moment, right, Gabbie?
So
you guys
bad.
you guys all wanted this.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It was something we've all really, really wanted, and we wanted it together too. That what was cool. It was like, we don't want to just have 3 people make it, 1 person make it, 2 people. We were like, it's like all or none, and we worked really hard for that. I think it's important to highlight too, like, we worked so hard. We probably did 15 hits at the ramp a day, if not more. And maybe that was just set 1, and then we had another set later on. So it was like, we're battling being a little sore and also coming off of winter, but trying our best to be in shape. And then trying to make this jump that we've made twice in our lives. So we had a lot of factors against us, but we knew we had the chemistry and that we had the energy, and that carried us for sure, like, to get us to be successful. I think so, at least.
Absolutely.
So how about it? You're in your Team USA wetsuits. You got your helmets on. It's the first show on Saturday, and you hit the jump. And I know there's always kind of this split second, when you land, you're kind of looking around, counting heads, and you figure out there's 4 of you. Like, how cool was that?
Yeah, we were talking about this at the banquet, actually, which, Josie, we had you there in spirit. We missed you there for sure. But yeah, I mean, Sarah, Gabs, and I were talking about the moments leading up to it and the different parts that we remembered. And for me, I remember being on the dock, and like Sarah said, she's like, it got really quiet, and I was just like, all right, here it goes. And then you're skiing, and then the boat makes a turn. There's the ramp. It's showtime. It's go time. And you're like, okay, just trust all the training you've been doing. Believe in yourself. We can do this. And it's just such a surreal feeling to absolutely make the trick with all your girls by your side, high and dry. And my personal favorite part also is the payoff, because I mean, it's so cool to bring it in and cheer with you girls.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure we were the last boat to go to in that act. So you're like watching it all come together, right? You're like, you watch the awesome barefoot, you watch the awesome 1440 line, you
They were
watch,
laying it down.
yeah. And then you're like, okay, this was just a perfect act. We gotta really focus up here, everyone.
Yes.
Do the best we can. I think sometimes, like in the practice sets too, like calm us down. We do a little singing on the dock and stuff
Yes, for sure.
Who's the best singer of the group?
like
I
that.
think it's just funny faces and whatever anything goes. I'm just trying to distract
So in other words,
each other.
none of you can sing. All right.
Absolutely
Yep.
not. Terrible singing
They
voice.
might be American heroes, but they're not American idols, that's for sure.
No.
Well, congratulations to you guys on that feat. A lot of awards you won. You just won That's Incredible Award at the USA Water Ski and Wake Sports Banquet. That was an amazing moment for the entire sport. And I can't imagine how awesome it was for you guys, but the sport as a whole. I want to take it back, and I want to ask you guys individually, what was the moment in your life that you knew you wanted to be a freestyle jumper? Like, when did it click for you? Like, all right, I want to do this thing. Sarah, how about you?
I think it was when I landed my first heli at the state site back in 2022. It was the very end of the summer, and I landed my first heli, and I was like, okay, now what? So then it just went on from there. So, yeah.
And that moment was like, okay, I want to do more of this.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. Josie, how about you? When did you know you wanted to be a freestyle jumper?
I would say at the state competition in 2023 when Sarah like competed with all the guys, like coming up to shore after landing a flip was super cool. Like just like having that many people like look up to you was really cool, and I wanted to then like push the sport further and encourage more girls to do it as well.
You sure have. That's awesome. Bales, how about you?
I'd say back in 2015, I just remember I was doing a bit of like collegiate wakeboard, and I'm just seeing all these guys do these tricks, and then off the ramp at Legoland, and then super empowering women like Dee Dee and Shauna and Carla. They're just ripping it up. And I'm like, you know what? Let's give this a go. Looks like they're having a lot of fun. And I mean, just from landing my first ride over and encouragement back then, it is kind of addicting. Just flying high in the sky, baby.
Gabbie, how
Gabs?
about you?
I think mine goes back to just spending more time at Bartlett's and time with Rachel. I mean, she was always on the jump ramp, and it was just kind of in our day-to-day thing. Like, we're going to go take a jump set. We're going to go mess around. And the boys never cared if we came with and we rode by the ramp or we went over the ramp and they were doing gainers or whatever it was by us. It was kind of just everyone was included and everyone was invited, and feel like there wasn't like a moment that I was like, oh, I want to do freestyle jumping. I was just always included, you know, and it was always encouraged to participate as much as I wanted. And I'm so grateful for that, because I didn't feel like as much as all these like boundaries were breaking and all that jazz, like the boys and our show directors have always been our number one support system and encouraging it and pushing it. And we couldn't have done it without them. And they've spent hours like teaching us, breaking down the movements, trying to explain it in different ways that like resonates with a girl versus just telling their buddy to go try it. But they spent those hours, and yeah, I'll forever be grateful for that. But that's definitely kind of where it kicked off.
Definitely.
Very cool.
I totally agree, Gabs.
Well, when it comes to jumping in particular, who are the role models and mentors for each of you? Gabbie, start with you.
Oh gosh, all these girls, I would say. Yeah, you guys rock, and it's so fun to just jump together and keep pushing each other and be like, ooh, I want to get that trick down so that we can do that together. obviously going back to Rachel, she pushed us all from the beginning. And then like, again, like Bailey and I have been by each other's side from the beginning. I feel like we've been on this journey together. We were at those early morning jump practices in the Dells, and we'd make people wake up early to take us because we knew the weekend riffraff would come in, and we'd want to get calm water and crash in front of no one and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like a lot of my Bartlett girls have been a huge inspiration to me, and then all the guys too. I mean, it's endless.
Bailey, how about you?
I definitely agree with Gabs. I am thankful for my Bartlett days, Legoland, and just women pushing it in general. And definitely Rachel was a badass. Loved sharing the ramp with her, and Dee Dee was a big inspiration for myself too. So I'm thankful for all the girls I get to share the ramp with. So, ladies, anyone listening, strap on those jump skis, give it a whirl. It's not as bad as you think.
Do you guys think if Dee Dee and Rachel were in their prime today, that they'd be killing it at the level you guys are? Like, they were the trailblazers for you, as you guys just mentioned. But what if they had been part of this? They established it, but what if they were in the female freestyle heyday today in their prime? How good would those ladies be today?
Absolutely. They're just such positive, fun people to be around too. So, I mean, just not only from the ramp, but on and off the water too. Just all around great people and very skilled, very, very skilled.
Yeah, just
They
think
would be
of them
pushing
like,
it.
would we see them doing flips and gainers and one ski flips and gainers had they been in this era in their prime?
Absolutely. Yeah, I have no doubt about that. I mean, I watched Rachel do some flips too.
Yeah.
At the Dells. And she was just a really like great coach too, you know, like awesome athlete, but then break down the move that she's still learning for you to learn too. And I think that was really cool.
And the accessibility for the girls. I mean, they kind of had to do it when the boss's day off, Dee Dee would always say. So I mean, the accessibility back in their day is same as what, you know.
Sarah, how about you? Role models, mentors, and freestyle jump?
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with the rest of the girls. Like all of you guys are big inspirations to me. Um, Honestly, I've been watching social media when I was younger, and like Alicia Stewart has been like a big role model for me. Watching her at down in Australia at SeaWorld doing flips and gainers off the ramp, like it's like I want to do that. And definitely, Gabby, you have been one that I've always watched growing up too. So I was like, I have to be like these girls. And here we are, all getting to jump together at Worlds and making history. It's awesome.
Josie.
I would agree. I think having other girls doing the same thing you're doing really helps. Like we all push each other to be better. Another one for me, I would say Kale. He's definitely pushed me outside of my comfort zone to like try new things, even though they can be scary sometimes. But
It can be scary, and that it's going to help me segue to this next question. Some of the stuff in women's freestyle would not have even been considered possible several years ago. Like if you told someone 10 years ago that this is the state of women's freestyle, they would have thought you were joking. When did the impossible start to seem possible? When did you guys start to believe we can do this? Like we can do flips, we can do gainers, we can do one ski tricks. When did the impossible, what people used to picture as impossible, become possible?
Gosh, that's a good question. I feel like there is a special moment to like Worlds 2018, that those triple helis that we were working really hard at. There's a different combos of girls and stuff. It was another kind of moment, just like the quad front, that I felt like it was just coming together and getting used to being on the ramp together, and we never really did that, and all of a sudden we had to figure it out. So I feel like once that was landed and like I remember coming up to stage even at that and just like tears and so much excitement. Like that was a huge driver of me of like, whoa, we just did something really cool and everyone else thinks it's really cool. Let's keep this going. I feel like that was a huge turning point for me.
Anyone else? Thoughts on when that impossible became possible for you?
I feel like everyone definitely has their own journey of things, but I mean, you have to tell yourself that you can do it. And I mean, mind over matter, and you really go for it and commit to the trick. And it's just a lot of supportive people around you that encourage you and maybe plant the seed. And you're like, yeah, why not? Let's give it a go.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Well, Adam, these girls are training year round for freestyle, and one of the companies that can help people do that is Sega Sports. They're an award show sponsor. You're gonna see them at Think Tank doing what they do best. They're helping people train for freestyle jump. They do water ski lessons of all type, but for freestyle in particular, they start with thorough trampoline training, and that's going to be showcased at Think Tank.
Yeah, trampoline training is to prepare you for new tricks without all the harsh falls. And they teach you the right technique and help you learn that air sense to make new tricks. So they've got trampoline clinics on the calendar for you to attend, or you can check them out at the Think Tank Expo.
Yeah, they've helped countless top skiers perfect their craft, including some girls on this podcast. I do want to ask Sarah Fedorowicz. Sarah, how has Sega helped you with your freestyle jump training?
Yeah, so Sega Sports is a great way to learn what it feels like to even have a handle in your hands at like the right position. Definitely helps teach you air awareness. I come from a gymnastics background, so trampolines I've been around my whole life. I never really thought that I would have a handle in my hand while I'm on a trampoline, but turns out it's very beneficial and it helps a lot. And I definitely would not be where I am today without a trampoline or a handle in my hands.
That's awesome. Well, that's Sega Sports. Check them out at segasports.us. That's segasports.us. All right, so you guys chatted about, this last Worlds and your accomplishment. Gabbie referenced 2018 Worlds and a major accomplishment there, and you guys talked about the togetherness. What role, it's got me thinking, what role has Team USA, the World Tournament, played in this ascension of freestyle jump? Has it played a role? Has the ability to jump together, to push each other, is having Worlds and Team USA an important component in the growth of women's freestyle?
Yeah, I'm definitely so thankful to have Worlds in itself bring us all together. And I mean, inspiring and letting the other countries see the different skills that can be shared too, as well, and inspire each other in that regard. But it's nice that we all get to come together for a collective effort to represent Team USA. And we're all from different parts of the nation. So it's nice to finally hit one jump ramp together as opposed to very, very far apart ones.
Josie, Sarah, what influence has Team USA had on you guys? I mean, you were probably 4 when the first one happened in 2012. So, you've kind of grown up with kind of this Team USA influence. How has that set the stage for you guys?
I would say being on Team USA has always been a goal of mine, and I think it's pushed me to become a better skier and try new disciplines that I maybe wouldn't have tried otherwise. And I think just being able to jump with the best of the best is really cool because we all get to come together and perform and do stuff we wouldn't be able to do like on our home teams and stuff.
Sarah, how about you?
I totally agree. I was actually at the first Worlds in 2012. I believe that was at RAJ's site.
Yeah.
It was like such a cool experience, and I was like, again, that's always been one of my dreams as well. And being able to be on like the world's biggest stage in water skiing is just unbelievable, and I'm so glad that I got to do that.
You guys make me feel old. Here's an interesting question for all of you. Do you prefer individual freestyle jump or team jump and team jump X?
I think my answer is ever changing and it's always different. So it depends on which competition, or I mean, they both have their fun aspects to it, but it's way more fun doing, I hate to say the word swivel, but I love swivel pairs, let alone just sharing the ramp with other girls. That's a lot more fun than being out there alone.
Mm-hmm.
Josie, how about you?
I would also say I like jumping with other people more. I think landing the trick and having like someone right next to you to like share the success with is super cool. Where like when you're by yourself, you're just by yourself back there and stuff.
Sarah?
Yeah, I obviously have two brothers, so I grew up jumping with them. I do like jumping with people because we always do some type of fun stuff, whether that's singing, going over the ramp, or screaming that we all made it. I do enjoy competing by myself too, but it definitely is a lot less scary when you're with everybody else.
Gabbie?
I'm definitely with other people. Sometimes I'll even be like, oh, do you just want to come with and ride by, or even just ride over on the side while I'm going to go over the jump? I don't know why that is, but I tend to do better when I have other people by me to like keep my space, land a little bit cleaner. You know, when you're by yourself, you don't have as much precision to it, or in my opinion. So that's something I could work on for sure, but I like going with others.
Matt, you might know this, but in individual freestyle jump competition, can you have somebody ride by the ramp with you?
No.
Oops. Just wondering.
Just to high five you when you make it?
Yes. Hey, they're not jumping.
That'd be hilarious. No. So, ladies, women's freestyle, we're seeing this boom right now. Obviously, we're clearly in this era where it's growing. I'll be honest, last summer, I felt like numbers were down a little bit in some of the individual freestyle jump competitions. What do you maybe attribute that to? And do you believe that we're going to continue to see growth and numbers and continued ascension of women's freestyle jump? What do you think about that? Sarah, you were probably at the most freestyle jump competitions on earth. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I love to travel, so I love to be at every single one if I can make it. I definitely am already starting to see some growth in the women's freestyle. I think that in the next couple years, a lot more girls will be jumping and in the competitions, I hope at least. And it's just pretty cool to see that it's already starting to grow as it is.
Gabbie, how about you? What are your thoughts on it?
We had a really good experience with that girl power clinic we did as a fundraiser for Team USA. I can't remember if we had like around 12 girls or something like that, and each girl had to jump. And so there's a ton of girls out there that are freestyle jumping. It's just taking that next step and putting yourself out there to do that individual competition, which is hard and it takes a lot of effort. But I mean, we're right there with you. We want you to just put yourself out there and try your best. I mean, there's no stress if you fall in all your jumps or you make them all. Like, it's just about having fun and trying. And so I think it is on the rise, but it's just that next step that everyone's got to take and really put themselves out there. I mean, we're just as nervous and afraid to fall and hard on ourselves too, but we're excited to help push that, make people more comfortable.
I'm sure it's very nerve-wracking. Like, Josie, do you remember your first freestyle jump competition? How nervous were you to hit the ramp by yourself in a competition for the first time?
I was really scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Like, but we're seeing this tremendous growth. Like, how many, do you guys have a number? How many women have or are consistently making front flips right now? Do we even know? I mean, we got this group obviously. Presley, Lexi,
Addie DeGraff.
yep,
Alicia,
Alicia, yep. So there's a
Maddie Stewart
handful.
made one.
Yeah. And it's going to that number is going to continue to grow, or we hope it does, as more people, like Gabbie said, put themselves out there, and and it starts with the basics, and it starts with learning and growing and doing more and pushing it. What tricks on the women's side? So like I asked you earlier, what's possible? When did you realize things are possible? What tricks are possible for women, and are they all like? Will a woman make a mob at some point? As Sarah, are you going to make a back half, or have you, and you're still a secret?
I have not made one yet, but I will.
You're going to, and then will you and can you make that consistent? What is possible on the women's side of freestyle? Is the sky the limit? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. It's limitless for the girls. I 100% think so.
Oh yeah. If you put your mind to it, your body can do anything.
I love that attitude. I love
That's
that
awesome.
perspective. When are you going to make this back half, Sarah?
Well, I am going down to Florida over All-American. I'll probably be at the show ski school for a little bit. And I'm hoping to make one there. If not, then summer 2026 it is.
You're going to have cameras ready at the show ski school in April?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Can't wait for that moment for you. Like, I'm just, this is so amazing what we're talking about. We're talking about a female who is going to make a back half. And it's so cool what you guys have done, all four of you, and where you've taken this sport over the last several years. It's so cool. I'm just so happy for all of you, and so excited for where it's going to go. Do you guys think you're going to start to work on distance like the boys have? They've really pushed the distance game. Is that a next level for women's freestyle?
Absolutely.
yes.
It's fun going far. I mean, as I get older, it's getting harder, but it is unreal cranking up the speed. And it would be fun to put on some LD skis and maybe switch things up, do something fun, and keep it fun.
Yeah, Josie and I got to work on that a little bit when we were doing the flip over flip. We had some trial and error with that, and so that encouraged a lot of distance.
So cool.
Last question for you guys, and sorry, Matt, this isn't in the script, but ladies, what advice do you have for somebody, another girl that would like to get into freestyle jumping? Like, what's the biggest hurdle? Like, is it a fear thing? Like, what advice do you have for somebody that's never hit the ramp but is like, man, I love watching these girls and I want to do that? What do they need to do? Sarah, Bailey, you're first.
I think perseverance is a big thing. Like I said earlier, mind over matter. It's more daunting than it looks. So it's worth a shot. And absolutely, you have to believe in yourself. That's number one, because confidence is key for show skiing and skiing in general. And the support of the people around you. And yeah, you absolutely can do it. Push yourself, because you might be surprised and you might have a lot of fun.
Josie?
I would say to just go for it, try it once, and also just if you don't get it the first time, just keep working at it, because eventually you will. And it can be frustrating sometimes if it takes so many tries to land a trick, but once you do, it's super exciting.
Sarah, how about you? Advice for first-time freestyle jumper.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Full send or no send. Definitely put your mind to it. Take the training that you can get from anybody. I mean, go to trampoline park, go to Sega Sports. Look up to those inspirational people that you have, and they will be more than happy to help you.
Gabbie?
Yeah, I think just never give up and keep trying. You're going to take some crashes, but each crash, like, try to learn from that. I did really well having specific coaches. You find who you learn best from and whose wording kind of resonates with you. Shout out to Kitty for that one. He's always been my jump coach, so I have to give him a little shout out there. Tons of other people have influenced me too, but he's always been the one with good advice. I think I have to do a little plug for like fundamentals. I think that if you want to become a really good jumper and consistent and learn fast, it's nice to know how to do the fundamentals, like riding over at all different speeds and hitting different spots on the jump. Starting with that, going with other people too. I mean, now the name of the game is we're doing quad girl front flips. So it's not just one person over the ramp at a time. It's going to be multiple. So if you can get comfortable doing that early on, it's only going to help you excel and help this whole sport excel on the female side.
When is 5 going to happen, and is it already in the plans or in the works?
Gabbie, I think you mentioned it on stage.
Yeah, I can't remember what they asked us exactly. I think they just said, yeah, like what's next? And I just said 5.
Yeah, but it's right. That's next, right?
Yeah, as soon as possible would be fun.
Right.
When we can all get together, we'll have
And
to
some of you have been in 5-person front flips. So you've got experience there. Now it's putting the right 5 women together to do it. And you've got the people, you've got the talent. Final question, and this is just for Gabbie and Bailey, because you guys have been through multiple eras. Okay, you were young once, looking up to those that were just doing helis, and you thought that was the coolest thing, and then you did it, and now you see Josie and Sarah and the next era coming up. What do you believe freestyle jump looks like 5 years from now? What does women's freestyle look like 5 years from now?
Hopefully a lot more girls on the water. And I mean, they're going to be hitting some DODs that have never been hit before, which is pretty exciting to think about and very, very cool. And multiples on the ramp because, like Gabbie said, going back to the fundamentals, hitting the different spots and yeah, just letting it soar.
I hope it looks the same as what men's freestyle looks like right now. I think that is possible. It's doable. You're going to no longer have just women's montage in Team USA. It's just going to be a blend and or like our own jump act that scores just as high. I know it's ambitious, but we got this. I also just hope that it keeps like the same energy. I don't know. I have like we just have such a good bond. I mean, we're competitive with each other, but we're also each other's biggest fan. And I think that's what's so special about women's freestyle jump. And I hope that carries on in the future. And I know we'll all take that with us and push forward with it too. So.
Yeah, it would be amazing to see the volume, the amount of women grow to a point where jump acts are just seamlessly men and women combined into team. You guys are all doing this on your own teams, but jump acts everywhere have a combination of women and men in jump acts doing flips, gainers, multiple team jumps. That would be killer, right?
That'd be awesome.
Definitely.
Yep.
I have one more thing to add in before we end. We have to give a mega shout out to Dave, again, for the quad front flip. He just was so awesome, so understanding. He tailored to all our different needs. He asked us what we needed. He checked in left and right to make sure we were all comfortable and that we would get the exact pull every single time. He was just a superstar, so we're really grateful for him.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. Well, we're grateful for you guys and the boundaries that you've pushed, the ceilings you've broken, the trails you've blazed, the leadership you've provided to the sport. You guys are all phenomenal athletes and women and role models, and we can't thank you guys enough.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Dave.
Adam.
Adam. and Adam, sorry.
I've done that, Bales.
Well, thank you all for being on the show today. We really appreciate you guys giving the time. Keep doing your thing. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that was fun. Those ladies they're awesome. They're awesome.
They are, and I hope and I'm sure they do, but I hope they realize like the magnitude of what they did. Like this is something that's going to be talked about forever. And no matter what they do in life going forward, they're always going to be the first 4 females to do a quad front flip. Always.
Yeah.
That will never change.
And it's awesome to see and hear the generations. So, like, they talked about Rachel and Dee Dee paving a way for them. Gabbie and Bailey, in large part, paved the way for Josie and Sarah. And they're all 4 on this show. But how many people are looking up to Josie and Sarah now?
Right.
They're flipping and gainering and you know, the stuff Sarah's doing. How many people are looking up to that now and seeing what's possible? And 10, 20 years from now, we're going to, when we're still doing this podcast, Adam, and we have the next generation on, they're going to reference watching Sarah Fedorowicz at the 2025 Worlds as their inspiration.
Right. Yeah. They've got that cover of Water Ski Magazine, you know, hung up on their wall. Like, I mean, that's awesome.
It's incredible stuff. Well, we love doing this podcast. We've got an award show coming up as well. We got to remind you all, again, get your tickets if you haven't. 32 awards, killer production, get dressed up, have a blast. We're going to have cocktails. There's going to be some desserts. There's going to be awards. There's going to be videos. There's going to be fun. Show ski reunion. And we're honoring amazing people in the sport. We hope you come. We hope you attend. Come to Think Tank. Thank you to our sponsors in this episode today. Thank you to Flyman Skis, custom-made jump skis, featherboard swivel skis at affordable prices. Get yours at flymanskis.com. And Sega Sports, you heard it from Sarah, trampoline training. Look where it's taken her. Check them out at segasports.us.
And of course, thanks again to all of our listeners and our viewers. This is Matt and Adam, and this is The Ski Show.
Thank you for listening to The Ski Show, the ultimate show ski podcast with Matt and Adam. If you have questions or ideas for the show, find us on social media or message us at theskishowpodcast@gmail.com.